Hey gang, it's JC and this is the Daily Dose for Friday, January 18th, 2013, a combined venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Clayton. We have great TV archives up top, we have JC's Eye Candy below, and a look at our rock and roll poll question, which we'll get to in just a couple of seconds. First of all, big doings going on. We thank people at Fox 2, Spencer Conch, Audrey Prywitch, and the rest of the gang over at Fox 2 for putting me and Terry Siegel. Terry used to be on K80i back in the day. And I, of course, was on KSHE. And it's the big rock and roll, classic rock radio reunion with live music tomorrow night, Saturday night, at Ameristar Casino, starting at 7 o'clock to the general public. It's going to be a great time. A couple of surprise music acts, and they're big, by the way. They're very big. You won't get cheated out of your $5. So if you're watching this between now and 7 o'clock Saturday night, don't miss out on this. Again, Ameristar Casino. Check it out online on Facebook on the Classic Rock Radio Reunion. We hope to see everybody tomorrow night. All right, our rock and roll poll question. We had the Golden Globes last weekend, and I am so proud of Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. They are just great. It's about time to see two women like that really get their day. The ratings were up, the reviews were great, the show was funny, and I'm very happy for them. All right, which of these televised award shows appeals to you most? Oscars, runaway, 58%. Golden Globes got 15%. The Grammys, 11%, and a negligible score for the Emmys, the People's Choice, American Music Awards, and MTV Movie Awards, as it should be, by the way. So, as expected, even though people complain about the length of the Oscars show, it gets a little boring sometimes, still everybody watches it because it's, you know, it's regal Hollywood, you know. All right, so let's move on to our rock and roll poll question. You got this Manti thing. Now, yesterday I was very depressed because I also lost my imaginary girlfriend and I needed some Manti-depressants. So with all that in mind, when it's all said and done, what do you think is going to be the outcome of the Manti story? A, he was in on his own hoax. B, he was a small part of the hoax. C, he was an innocent victim of the hoax. Or D, he'll be viewed as one of the most gullible people in America. Please answer down in the corner. We will have results for you on Monday. By the way, I was out sick with a terrible head cold, and boy did I look awful for the last couple of days. That's why we haven't had a dose in a couple of days. We try to update on Mondays and Thursdays. Every once in a while something gets in the way, but I'll try to be better about that. Lance Armstrong, Lemps, who just sat there and went, I don't know, I did it, help me. Lance Armstrong last night on the Oprah Winfrey's network there. He said everybody else was doing it. He played that card a couple of times. What he did do, though, which Mark McGwire did not do, Lance did admit that he did not believe it would have been possible for him to win all of those titles without the doping. Mark McGwire, of course, screwed it up for the second time by saying, yeah, I did the steroids, but oh no, they didn't help me hit the home runs. That's right. And Pamela Anderson, by the way, said that those giant, fake, plastic golden bozos that she has strapped onto the front of her, they didn't help her get into Hollywood or show business either. I just want to get it straight. What else we got here? Oh, American Idol. I told you that this show had jumped the shark 2 seasons ago when they knocked Pia Toscano off. And that's when I stopped watching. That's when a lot of people stopped watching. American Idol season premiere ratings were down 19% from last year. Now, they still have a lot of people watching, but that show is on the way down. And I told you that was going to happen too. Leave Brent Musburger alone. This guy has displayed nothing but style and class and competence. You know, he had the famous Doug Flutie Boston College touchdown thing back in the 80s. He had a distinguished sports career, worked for a couple of different networks. Leave the guy alone. He said what everybody already knows, that the quarterback gets the good-looking women. Big deal. I don't understand what the crime was. I still don't get it. Leave Brent alone. He's a good guy. Speaking of sports, Atlanta hosting the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers are 3-point favorites. I see no reason to argue with that, other than perhaps the margin of victory. And New England should have no trouble with Baltimore. So we're going to have the 49ers against the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl. Will Ferrell is a very odd guy. He's very funny, but he's a very odd guy. The USA Network, just listen to this story. The USA Network is developing a new late-night talk show with Will Ferrell's production company that's actually going to be modeled after morning talk shows like live with Kelly and Michael or Regis or whatever the case may be. But get this, the show's not a parody. It is not a parody. And an insider says they're dead serious about this. They're going to have coffee cups and everything. By the way, it was 2000, the year 2000. In the year 2000! For you Conan fans. It was the year 2000 they did the famous Christopher Walken sketch about more cowbell. And somebody put together a list of cowbell songs. By the way, 9 of these 10 were released in the 8 years between 69 and 76. Why that is, I don't know, but that's pretty freaky too. Honky Tonk Women, Stones, We're an American Band, Don't Fear the Reaper, Hair of the Dog, Low Rider by War, Stone Free, Jimi Hendrix, Fool for the City, Foghat, Born on the Bayou, CCR, Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo, and Moby Dick by Led Zeppelin. I think the time has come today, but the Chambers Brothers and also Mississippi Queen probably belong on that list. In a new survey, only 6% of single people said that the ideal first date was dinner and a movie. 44% said the best idea for a first date is cocktails after work, followed by the entire cock later. Harris Interactive just released the results of their new annual poll about the most famous, popular, wonderful, great sports in this country, and for the 27th year in a row, the respondents say football is their favorite sport. Now, baseball is America's pastime. Oh no, it says right here it's football. No, baseball is America's pastime. It's America's favorite sport, and I'll tell you why. And I've been banging on this key for 30 years now, and I'm going to keep doing it until somebody listens, all right? The National Football League puts 60 to 70,000 butts in the seats 16 Sundays every fall, okay? Major League Baseball puts 30 to 45,000 people on average in the seats 162 times spread over a 6-month period. Don't talk to me about football being a... This country is packed with morons anyhow. In a new study, 63% of people surveyed said they believe at least one political conspiracy theory, and that would include the birthers and even the people who believe that President Bush knew about 9/11 in advance. International Society of Aesthetic Plastic Surgery released its results from 2011, the 5 most common plastic surgeries in this country. In order: breast augmentations, liposuction, tummy tucks, eyelid modifications, and breast lifts. Need any help lifting your breast? Please call me first before you start getting cut on. By the way, there were 2,400 vaginal rejuvenations done in this country in 2011. Ow. The son of the woman who created Barney the dinosaur on PBS, the son of the woman who created Barney is up on attempted murder charges. That's what you call karma. All right? See, if you wait long enough, good things will happen. Scandal and outrage. Subway's footlong is only 11 inches, a new scandal to deal with. And it turns out nobody is actually ready to drive in the snow. New study by State Farm Insurance said that only 1 in 10 drivers has jumper cable, spare tire, hazard triangle, road flares, working flashlight, first aid kit, water, and a blanket in their cars. You cut your gas mileage down by 50% by dragging all that stuff around all year. And there's officially more cats than dogs in this country. 74 million cats, 70 million dogs. The place where you are most likely to find a pet in the house is, of all places, Vermont. Jennifer Lawrence hosting Saturday Night Live this weekend. She is amazing. I've told you before, she might be the new Meryl Streep. She's great in the Silver Linings Playbook. We are recommending that movie along with Lincoln, Life of Pi, Argo, and of course, the amazing Zero Dark 30. And Jessica Chastain has another movie coming out here, and right now she's got to be the busiest redhead in Hollywood. Then again, if you realize her competition is like Lindsay Lohan and Carrot Top, maybe that's not saying much, huh? All right, the big classic rock reunion at Ameristar coming up tomorrow night. That is Saturday night. I thought we'd go all the way back to 1986 for one of these awful 3-part TV series that the television stations in every town do periodically when they get bored. They do these tisk. Isn't the radio industry just awful? And they just so this one goes back to 1986, and a young misguided reporter for Channel 2 here in St. Louis by the name of Catherine Bliss, who, by the way, slammed the hell out of all of us, including me, and then hit on me a couple of months later back in the 80s, we dug this one out, and so that is JC's Eye Candy. It is right below what you're looking at right now. All right, again, the big rock and roll reunion, the big classic rock radio reunion. You can look that up on Facebook. Got to put the Classic Rock Radio Reunion if you want details. Doors open at 7 tomorrow night, Saturday. We hope to see you there. And again, our rock and roll poll question: what do you think is going to happen with the Manti story? Please answer in the corner. Results for you on Monday, and that's it. JC's Daily Dose for Friday, January 18th, 2013. Oh, I'm still writing the year of the Mayans on my checks. That's it. Come on back on Monday. In the meantime, we've beaten this one to death. Have a good one. See you later. Bye.